Well, good morning.
Hey, what's up guys? Devin here with Backcountry Exposure. I am out with my good friend Smitty, who is out here to help me do a review of this Outdoor Vitals Summit 30 sleeping bag. This is his personal bag, but the Outdoor Vitals brand is something that I've been really interested in for quite a while. And I haven't had a need to purchase another sleeping bag because I've got quite a few sleeping bags, and I didn't need another like 30-degree bag. So Smitty went ahead and purchased one because he didn't have a down bag prior to this, right?
Yeah.
I thought, well, let's use his experience, do a review on this bag, and just get a good idea of these direct-to-consumer type products that are being sold right now. So Outdoor Vitals, if you know their business model, they are a direct-to-consumer company. So they are not selling their bags to like retail stores. You are purchasing them directly from like Amazon or from their website. The idea is that you're saving money by not paying for the markup once a retail shop purchases the bag. So that's an idea of what Outdoor Vitals is doing, and I think they've made like kind of impression on the backpacking industry in the lower cost products, at least. Price for this under $150.
Yeah, I want to say it's around 120, maybe 130 on the high end.
Yeah, so this one is the long version because you're 6'4", 6'5". So Smitty's he's a tall guy. Really interested to see his perspective on this bag as a first-time down bag owner, which is always a good transition to make, to go from synthetic to down. But there are things about this bag that, even without me using it, that I'm noticing that do show like that price quality that you would expect to see in a lower price bag. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's something to consider when you are looking for a sleeping bag. So basic mummy style sleeping bag, right?
Yeah, pretty well straightforward. Kind of the tighter foot box. There's enough room to move in that foot box, but it's kind of that standard what you would think of as a mummy bag for sure.
This has 800 fill down, right?
Yeah, 800 fill power.
So it's going to be really lightweight, 30 degrees, and they do have other options for like degree values.
Yeah, at the time of this, they make these down to they make a 15 and a 0. They make it down to a 0.
Cool.
I went with the 30 because I already had some colder weather bags.
So you've been out with it, you've slept in it. Like, what's good and what's bad?
The first thing that I noticed, this is my first down bag, and you hear repeatedly just how small they compress. But I saved myself a ton of space going to a down bag. I feel like the pack that I did, or my newest pack's a little bit overkill with this bag. It's about half the size of my other, my synthetic bags.
Yeah, so it gets down to, I don't know, like basketball, volleyball size when it's all compressed?
Probably volleyball size, yeah. Cool. And I don't use a stuff sack. I use it kind of like sand in a jar to fill in the spaces. But yeah, really nice bag. Again, I haven't had tons of experience. The only other down bag I've ever slept in is a Big Agnes bag, which is about 3.5 times the cost of this bag. So my only complaint that I would have out of the gate is the zipper. I felt like sometimes it would work flawlessly and other times it just seemed to bind and I couldn't get it zipped up or zipped down.
Would it catch on the fabric?
Every now and then it does have a zipper baffle.
Like a guard?
Just
to like keep the draft from not coming through? Just to keep the
draft from coming in. But yeah, every now and then that fabric is a little loose around that and you can feel that's lofted up pretty well.
Sure.
But, every now and then that fabric could get caught in the zipper. And even when it wasn't getting caught in the zipper, sometimes it just felt like almost like a sticky zipper. They are YKK zippers, so they're built pretty robustly.
And you had mentioned something about like the hood, and it's got a like draft collar inside of it, right?
Yeah, it does. It's got a draft collar that goes all the way around. It even has a little pocket here, like if you could stick your phone in or whatever.
Cool.
Which is kind of a cool little feature. Draft collar goes all the way around.
And it's got a like cinch cord on it, right?
Yes, and it does have a cinch cord. I think it's on the other end, but it is a cinchable draft collar. Same, it's got a cinchable hood. The hood was another area for me. I like to stick my pillow inside my hood. which is weird, I know.
It's not totally weird. Like, just to put a tangent in there, like the Nemo sleeping bags have a sleeve that goes in the hood so that you can actually slide a pillow or clothing or something into the hood of the bag.
Yeah.
So it's not totally weird, but
anyways, for mummy bag style, I think it is. But I sleep really warm. That's part of the reason. Another reason I went to a 30-degree bag. So the hood felt kind of restrictive to me. I think they could address that in two ways. Either just kind of expand it a little bit or do a side zipper, maybe a third zipper on the left side, so you could fold it down almost like a quilt style.
Okay.
My only other thing, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, the fabric on the inside is actually really nice to the skin. Feels good on the skin. But I noticed if I needed to wear any other layers, like throw a jacket on when I first got in and it was cold, or that this fabric, for whatever reason, would stick to fleece like nobody's business, and I couldn't roll in the bag. I had to roll with the bag. So kind of staticky, but again, to the skin, it's very soft, very appealing. But for anybody, I think, looking for an entry-level down bag, it's a great bag.
I think what I noticed here on the bottom is the foot box, if you've got like really big feet, might seem a little tight.
Yeah.
But I mean, loops here on the bottom to be able to hang your bag for storing, which is really nice. So this is the long size.
Yep.
You're 6'5". Is it long enough?
It's close. They say it's big enough for a 6'6" guy. I was head to toe basically. I put my feet against the bottom of the foot box, bent my knees a little bit to bring my feet back up, and my head was still touching the top. So
gotcha. So like pulling the fabric.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like if I really stretched out, big morning stretch or whatever, I'd really kind of put a little strain on the fabric. But
gotcha.
Comfortable enough.
And it kept you warm.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Cool.
I mean, we got maybe low 40s, high 30s at the coldest, and I kept it probably unzipped halfway down the whole night because I was sweating. So
cool.
I would say 30 is probably actually kind of a generous rating, or a non-generous rating. I think it could actually be used in a 20-degree setting.
Gotcha.
Pretty comfortably. So
yeah, that's great. I mean, just in my first impressions looking at it, it looks made fairly decent. Like I would say like it's a high quality design and made well. I'm noticing a few like string ends that are coming out. I don't believe, just looking at it, that it has sewn through baffles, but obviously there are baffles through here, and it looks pretty even throughout the whole thing. So I think overall, like, they've made a pretty cool bag for that lower cost, like consumer budget minded person that wants to get into a down bag. And that's like one of the biggest things that has come out with these direct to consumer products is you're able to get into down for really low cost. Like Outdoor Vitals, Perea Outdoor Products, there's plenty of other sleeping bags and such on Amazon that you can get that are made from down, and they work well for what they are. So you don't always have to spend a ton of money.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think that's something that they could look at. I mean, they've made this is a nice bag, and it's really cheap. I still think they could be in the ballpark of some of those really nice bags. Marmot's, Big Agnes, for sure. Nice bag for sure. I like it a lot.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, this is the Outdoor Vitals Summit 30 800 fill down sleeping bag. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Have an awesome day.